Hi everyone, welcome to With the Grain. I'm going to do another composite piece. I enjoyed the last one so much, but I thought I'd do another one. This time a bowl. So again, this is Sapele and Ash. Let's see what's in it. Funny, it's so hard to work out what pattern you're going to get when you get into these. It's kind of fun though. I like it a lot. Oh, that's going to be kind of fun, isn't it? It's an honour to be able to do some wood turning that actually people want to watch. Now, you may be watching this soon after I post it, or you may be watching this a year or 2 years after I post it, but at the moment, and today, I hit 200 subscribers. Woo! It's a massive milestone, and I really appreciate all of your support and feedback. And just the fact that you want to sit there and watch me, which is still kind of mad, but look at that. That's such an interesting shape. So this is going to be a bowl, and I'm going to make a lid for it. And the lid is going to be two-tone as well. So stay to the end, because otherwise you're going to miss half the video. This might end up being a little longer than normal. All right, let's keep going. think I'm going to call this a honey pot. It's an interesting thing. It's going to look like a honey pot. It's funny how you don't really know what they're going to look like until you get them out. When I mean get them out, I mean start hacking through the wood and seeing what happens. There's something very relaxing about sanding. When you've been at work all day, you've been sitting in front of your computer like I have, talking to some very nice people for the most part, and not had a bad day at all actually, it's been fine. But it does help your sanity when you come out and do something with your hands. I'm very, very lucky to have a workshop in my garden, which we built about 2.5 years ago, and it's just about enough size, 7 meters by 3 meters, which is an enormous amount bigger than a lot of people have, so I'm very grateful for that. Being able to come out and just fiddle around and do stuff like this is really quite special. But it doesn't matter how much space you have, really. One of my colleagues in Romania, Manuel, if you're watching, he doesn't have very much space and he manages to get and do stuff with his hands in his flat. And I think you make the most of what you have. So don't be put off if you haven't got enough space. If you've never done a bowl before as well, so this is the other thing I wanted to say. If you've started turning and you see you're intimidated by bowls, because I know I was to start with, until I had a go and realised that actually they're an awful lot easier than spindle turning once you've learned about grain and the direction of grain and what you can and can't do. But give it a try. It's really my most favourite turning form, I think. Oh, I love this bit. It is by far the best bit. It must be, because everybody skips forward to these bits. If there are boring bits in my videos particularly, please let me know what they are. The bits that you skipped through, obviously I can do better on. And I'd really like to get it so I'm making things that you want to watch all the way through. So let me know what they are. The bits that you like, the bits that you don't like. Let me know in the comments. Because this is all about what you want to watch. This is not for any other reason. Yeah, okay, I get a lot of pleasure out of doing it. But the reason that I put a camera over it and talk about inane nonsense most of the time is because I'm hoping that somebody else might get some value out of it, or maybe feel a bit more relaxed about the world. Because God knows we need a bit of that. So let me know. It'd be good to hear from you anyway. The internet can be very anonymous. Look at that. Can you see that flash of light across the grain? Isn't that incredible? That's the ash. I was hoping that if I gave it a kind of a wobbly waist, you'd get it to be looking almost a little bit like flames, which it does, except for that bit which looks a bit like my body shape, quite amusingly. But never mind. We are what we are, aren't we? There are so many colours in Sapele. reds and oranges and yellows, golds. It's quite amazing. Anyway, time to turn it round. So that is what happens when you're not concentrating on the tip of your tool. It sounds quite rude, but you know what I mean. One tiny little touch and all that damage. Look at that. It does show you just how strong wood glue is. So that's probably put an end to the design that I had in mind. That's okay, we can still save it. We'll just have to make it shallower and have an inset lid. Whenever I have big catches these days, it's not often because I've gone in the wrong direction on the grain or anything like that. It's because I'm not concentrating on the tip of this tool here. And one tiny catch, one tiny touch, and you can see what happens. That's why you always wear a face mask. Right, let's see if we can rescue it. How annoying. Alright, well that's cleaned it up a bit, and I've left a little mortise for the lid, which is going to have to be an interesting lid now. I'm going to drill a depth hole in this. I don't normally do that, but I'm going to this time because, well, I want to. cheating a bit because I'm using my hollowing tool. Although maybe that's not cheating, I don't know. You buy the tools, you might as well use them. I can't get in there really with a proper bowl gouge, otherwise I'm going to wreck it because I'm not in the mood today after that massive catch earlier, so I'm just going easy. It's supposed to be enjoyable, right? Those of you that love watching this, that's great, and say it's really relaxing to watch. I'm really glad about that, because there are times where it's beautifully relaxing to do as well, but today's not one of those times. It goes with the territory, I'm afraid. This is the Crown Tools hollowing system, which has multiple different ends and these clever little gouge ends, which have got like a depth limit on them, so you can't cut too much at the same time. And then further down the shaft, you've got a handle which you can hold like a pistol grip, which stops the tool from torquing round. Well, it allows you to stop the tool from torquing round. And then a big long handle on the other end. Okay, time to finish the outside. Well, actually time to finish the whole thing, because after this, it's lid time. Well, it was almost a complete disaster, wasn't it? But I think it's come back to life a little bit. I would have liked the darker edge on the top, but I guess you have to adapt to these things. If you are enjoying this though, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps support the channel and helps me to know the sorts of things that you like and the sorts of things you don't like, because this is after all about making things that you like to watch and I like to make. And I'm pretty sure that in most cases they're the same thing. I really feel like we've got a nice little family of subscribers and regular viewers building up now, which is really, really nice. And it would be really amazing to have you on board if you're not already. So I only started wood turning in July. It was my way of surviving the tail end of lockdown. And it's something I'd always wanted to have a go at. My stepmother's father, so was that step-grandfather, had a lathe, and I used to go and have a play with that every now and again under his very expert supervision. but it was such a long time ago I can't really remember anything about how to do anything. So I'm very much a beginner at this as well, and if you're starting out, I hope it gives you a little bit of inspiration to show you the sort of thing that you can accomplish without very much time. There's a lot of really great people on YouTube producing some excellent content and some brilliant tutorial type channels as well. One of the reasons I'm not doing any tutorials on this is that I don't consider myself to be an expert enough to be able to teach you how to do it, and I still don't, because people have been doing this for tens of years and I don't want to teach you the wrong stuff. I kind of make it up as I go along. But it is incredibly satisfying, and I know it's satisfying to watch as well. Let's have a look at that. The grain in the ash does incredible stuff. Now I'm going to leave the mortise on the bottom because, well, it doesn't really matter, does it? But we need to make a lid, and I've got a little surprise for the lid at the end, so stay tuned to see what that looks like.